Welcome to the Professionals Podcast with Oralisa, a.k.a. Letty L, and DJ Silva. Wherever you're listening, turn that up. We are the Professionals. Want to build your following? Follow us, and we'll follow you right back. Bring that one back from the top.
All of my entrepreneurs, business owners, it's time that we give you the insights you need. The Professionals Podcast. DJ Silva, Lady L, got it poppin', keep it hype with the topics. Out of Henderson, Nevada, level up. If you run a business or got aspirations, this the show that you need. Ain't no need for hesitation, yeah. All of my entrepreneurs, business owners, it's time that we give you the insight you need. The Professionals Podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Professionals Podcast. I am your girl, Lady L, and we have today someone a little bit new. His name is Ivan, and he is from Cut Net. And then we have the most gorgeous Carrie Cox. Let's give it up.
Woo! No, thank you.
So we basically brought her in today because we wanted a little bit of political feel. We wanted a little bit of educational feel from the Henderson area. So I think that it's amazing to have you here, and thank you so much for coming on and accepting this, because I think that's awesome. And I think I met an awesome friend too. Yes. So I'm going to start with Ivan. Do you have any questions for her?
Question is, for starters, I'm originally from New York, and I moved here 2020, and I'm vaguely new of this area, so the only question is, Carrie Cox, what do you do?
I'm an educator, so I'm a kindergarten teacher, and I'm also a business owner, and I'm running for Henderson City Council.
Awesome.
Where are you a kindergarten teacher at?
I'm a kindergarten teacher at Pinecrest Sloan Canyon.
Oh, okay. Where is it? Is it, because I heard it's somewhere like in this old Henderson area, is it not?
I think you're thinking of the Horizon Pinecrest right over here.
Okay.
Which is one of our other campuses.
Okay.
My school is out off of Raiders Way and Volunteer. So it's out by the M.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Awesome.
you kind of like at the upper scale Pinecrest. Mm-hmm. Okay, she didn't want to say that, but it's the upper scale Pinecrest. Yeah.
Well, it may be upper scale, but I'm not. So I make sure all of the children are just, treated the same. And I think there's some great educators out there, and our administration is phenomenal. So I think even though, yes, there's that feel, that we definitely are servicing just everyone the way we should.
I love that. I know me and you have had like a ton of conversations throughout the last couple of weeks, and one of them is I have a special needs sister. Her name is Otisha, and she has Down syndrome, and I know you were telling me a little bit about special needs education and things that you've come across. Do you mind sharing a little bit of that?
Sure. Well, I've taught for 32 years, and with that has always came children that have special needs and that needed intervention and extra help. I myself have a couple of children that did. They're now adults. And I was an inclusion teacher last year. It's not the first time I was an inclusion teacher. But what that looks like is just when you have children with special needs, they have IEPs or 504s, and you're addressing those specific needs for them,
Okay.
and making sure you're hitting benchmarks, things
Okay.
like that, which I'm sure you're familiar with your sister and what she needed.
Kinda.
But the idea is to make sure that we're meeting kids at their level, right? Wherever that
Okay.
is. When we're expecting kids to do something more than they can, then we have to adjust, but we also want to hold the bar high enough that they feel like they're accomplishing something when they hit it.
Okay.
And so the trick is knowing where that bar is for them so that you're inspiring them to learn rather than forcing them to learn.
I see. So the only thing I know about a 504 is like the zip code for New Orleans, the area code. So that's 504 for me. So
I
what
should-
is 504 exactly?
I know, and I apologize. I need to remember that not everybody has the whole teacher speak, and I get it. A 504 plan is a plan that is federally they oversee the plan. It's basically, a lot of times it's for kids with medical issues, or where
see.
one of my daughters, she has lupus, and so when they have medical challenges, sometimes the 504 really helps. And then it can also be used for other things, but that's mainly when medical issues are affecting their learning.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. So I may need a little 504 over here. So, no, just joking, but yeah, I mean, a lot of people already know, but I have a rare blood disease, so I know I'm joking, but I'm dead serious.
Right.
Like, that can be really critical sometimes when you're trying to get your education, you're trying to run a business, you're trying to have a husband like DJ Silva. I may need a little 504 over here. No, just joking. No, but I think that's really great. And I love that we have those plans and stuff like that to implement in our educational program, because we need it, and we need more people like you
Oh, thank you.
all the time. Can we just duplicate you?
Oh, wow. I would love that, actually. But I think I just love you to death. So I think if we could duplicate you, I think we should do that first.
Okay, I got it. I think Ivan's like, no, we're not duplicating Lady L. That's just not.
There's
that
only
is
one
not
in a
happening.
million. One in a million. You
Not
cannot top perfection, right?
There's only one and only.
Yep.
So what in the world? Because I just think political campaign. I just think politician. And then I'm thinking school teacher with an amazing heart. What in the world would make you want to run for office? And just not any office, but councilwoman, right?
Yeah.
And just to let you know, every time I drive up Henderson, I see all these signs. I see your signs, and I see your competitor signs.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, And then here you're coming in. I was like, oh, I'm honored.
Well, I'm honored, Ivan, to be here with you. I think what's important, and you kind of made a distinction, or I'm going to help further that distinction, is, politicians.
Yes.
A lot of times that carries a very negative, thought process for people.
What's a money vibe?
When they hear politician, they think, especially now, what I'm hearing and I'm seeing and I'm feeling is they're done with politicians. And nothing against anybody that's out there working really hard and is a politician. But what was important to me when I decided to run again, because I ran 5 years ago and almost defeated the incumbent, and now it's an open race, what was important to me is that people do feel my heart, that they get to know my heart.
Yes.
And they usually get that right away, because I'm not a politician. A politician, in my opinion, tries to sometimes twist and convince you of something that's not factual or not true about themselves. And they present this optic that says, choose me because I'm good with veterans, I'm good with police, I'm going to help all of these people. And you've got to see past that optic.
Okay.
And I think people are tired, and that's why they're crying out, where is a person that's like us? Where's the people's candidate anymore, right?
Yeah.
That is really, truly going to get in and not change.
Yeah.
Because I get a lot of questions about that. Carrie, are you going to change when you get in? And I say, well, I'm 56 years old and I haven't changed yet. So, I've grown and progressed, but I haven't changed who I am and my core values.
Yeah.
But the why is, I've always wanted to help make sure that our city stays safe.
Okay.
That our educational system improves.
Okay.
It's been a goal I've been working on for 25 years, and I'm hoping that happens soon here. We're still pushing at that. But really, when law enforcement is down 40% in our town in Henderson, 40%, and growing, by the way, we're hemorrhaging officers. We have a crime rate that is growing, and anybody that has recently had anything happen to them will tell you definitely that it's growing quickly. And how do we maintain our quality of life and improve upon the good in our city, because it's a great city? And so that's my why. I want to help people in a bigger way. I've always served, and I don't brag about that, but I have.
Okay.
And how do I do that bigger, right? How does my voice get bigger to help more people? And that is being on city council.
Okay. I can get with that.
And to piggyback what you're saying, it's true. For what I've seen, actually, and I can attest to what you're saying, that crime has gone up. I know that percentage because I've been more focused on the cities, like the places I've been lived, since I'm from New York, and New York City is now increasing substantially for I'll say during the start of 2020 of crime.
Wow.
Crime rate is crazy. There's been increase of stabbings in the subways. Literally homelessness. Even my mom called me the other day, who lives in the Poughkeepsie hometown, and she's telling me that she's seen more homelessness than she has ever seen in her life in our hometown. I barely even had any homeless in our hometown. But to piggyback what you're saying, I agree that crime has been increasing, because recently I was going to one of these strips. I think it was going to Bally's Casino, and we're going to stop to use the bathroom because I was celebrating my girlfriend's birthday. We're going to walk the strip. Then we walk into the casino, and there's this guy in the middle of the casino just yelling because he was saying like, "Oh, I don't like being sold fake drugs." And then I was like, "Okay, let's know that guy." So I go to the men's bathroom, and I see a guy bleeding out.
Oh, Lord.
Blood on the floor, and he got stabbed. It was that same guy who was yelling.
Ooh.
But the thing is, though, I got really concerned. It took security. I don't know how long, even before that, but it took security like even 20 minutes. And I know security in like casinos, as I've seen walked around here, that they always walk around the casino floor. So it's like, you know what they did though? They didn't tackle him. They didn't do anything like that. They just had the barrack just closed him off from everybody else, and he just screamed, but he did stab the person. The guy was bleeding out. And even recently, I think it was last night or 2 nights ago, store clerk had someone try to rob his store literally in the strip, and he had to pull out his knife and stab the 17-year-old who was robbing the store. And he was like, he called his mom, like, "Oh, I'm bleeding. I just got stabbed," but he got arrested. But still, I can agree that crime has been increased, and it's scary.
Right. And Ivan, and those are really sad stories. They break my heart. And what breaks my heart even more is that it's coming into Henderson. I mean, we have people that use out of Anthem. They go down to the Target right there, the Greatland Target on Eastern and St. Rose Parkway. And I just heard a story about someone from Anthem that was, she was robbed.
Oh.
And she was injured. And it took quite a bit of time for police officers to get there. And it's not, what's scary about all of this we're talking about, and I've actually just talked to somebody about New York and the changes there as well, which is really sad, because they were the safest city for years. New York had this amazing safety rating. And just like
and
Henderson.
I want to explain to people where the area that we're talking about. So Anthem is right out of Seven Hills, right?
No, Anthem is before you get to, if we're going there on St. Rose Parkway and we're going south,
right
then it would be before you get to Seven Hills. But Anthem is a very nice area over off of St. Rose Parkway.
But it's right by
Eastern.
like almost where Mike Tyson lives. Like it's in that area. So I know you guys, you podcasters, you hear it and you see it all the time, but that's like right in that area. So this is not a crazy or ghetto area or anything. It's really nice and it's really beautiful and it's really high end, very beautiful golf, you know, places. So it's not a crazy area where you just see a whole bunch of homeless people lying around. So back to what you're saying. I just wanted to describe the area.
No, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, please interrupt any time. I love your help. No, it is. It's an affluent area, and so and then McDonald's Ranch, which is another affluent area. is also seeing a high crime rate there, but we're starting to see it all over, and our homeless problem is just doing the same thing as New York. It's increasing to the point where, as I was pulling up today, I mean, we have several homeless people out here in front of your building, and see, a lot of people say, "Oh my gosh, get rid of them. Why are they there?"
No, not my building.
I know.
I know these people. They're not homeless. They're just kind of hanging around.
Are
They
they?
just said they just want to take a nap or something,
Okay. Not my town.
No, but
Not
they are
my
homeless.
town.
I just had
It's
to
not-
throw that out there.
Not my town. It doesn't happen in my town.
Yeah, not our Henderson.
Not our Henderson.
Go ahead,
No,
Carrie.
but-
I was just joking.
No, you're right. But I mean, it's just what I'm trying to say is that with inflation being 9.1%,
Yes.
we are not only seeing your typical homeless, I don't know if there's a typical homeless person, but what we view as homeless person that wants to almost not get off the street, and I hear that a lot, to families that have gone onto the street because they can't afford rent for a 2-bedroom apartment here for $2,200 a month.
Yeah.
And so I think my point is my heart really goes out to them because we don't know their situation. We don't know why they got there. We can't just say, well, I'm not going to give money to the homeless because they're just going to use it on alcohol or whatever excuses we use as human beings. And maybe they're not excuses. Maybe those people are right. But I just feel like the problems we're having are all happening at once.
Yes.
So homelessness is increasing. Our veterans and seniors are on fixed incomes, and they're getting thrown out of their apartments and their homes. Okay, becoming homeless.
But isn't it illegal
And-
for me to give the homeless person something to eat? Because I heard that this is totally illegal. Like,
that's
seriously.
illegal.
Well, they
then-
can arrest me then because
Yeah.
and I know that's pretty broad,
Carrie.
but no, then they can arrest me. No, I believe in following the law. And if it is, I'll check into that. I don't think Henderson has that ordinance yet.
That's going to be the
So-
first thing that you change.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't think they have that ordinance. But if
Okay,
they do, and I
okay.
don't go around just. I think you can teach. I think you can teach someone, like, you can give them a fish they'll eat for a day,
Okay.
or you can teach them how to fish and
Be full for a
they'll
lifetime.
Yep.
they'll be full for a lifetime. Thank you. I've been awesome. And so that's my point.
Okay.
I'm not out just saying, hey, have some food and let's complicate the problem.
I see.
I'm talking about, I'm actually out there helping people find jobs and doing things like that.
I see.
The ones that don't have the mental illness and still want off the streets, right? They're new on the streets and things like that. That's what
Okay.
I'm out doing, and that's what I'm out helping with. But we do have to figure out what we're going to do with this problem, because it
Okay.
is a problem.
And to also piggyback for all the information, your great information you provided, it's sad because looking, just hearing it every day, like, 'cause I don't really watch the news, but I have watched podcasts that piggyback from what they see from the news and tell everybody that what's going on in this country is substantially getting worse. And they keep telling us, when you mentioned about our inflation rate is now at 9.1, they keep saying that, and it makes me rethink, like, they are lying about that rate because it's much higher than we think.
Oh,
I
definitely.
agree.
Because I had,
Yeah.
because I watched one of the econ YouTubers, and they had to go on the CPI index and Fred and all that, and had to recalculate what's the true inflation rate, because they didn't account for housing,
Yeah.
rent,
Yes.
and food.
Yep.
It is not, and for the viewers who want to hear this now, it's not 9.1. It's actually 17.3%.
Ooh.
I love that you're telling truth. I love it.
That's not, because it's not enough, because they don't want to scare people in that regard, but because, everything's fine. And then they just recently passed the Inflation Reduction Act, which that just makes things a lot worse. And 203 economists just went out into Washington, literally mailed a letter saying that this is a drastic mistake. If you sign that into law, things will get worse. And right now, that is now been signed into law. So
Well, I know one, like, peach. It was not even ripe. Me and DJ Silva was in the store the other day, and I love peaches, by the way. But I
Good
was
to know.
squeezing on it, wasn't even ripe. And I was like, 78 cents. 78 cents, one peach. This wasn't even two.
Well, that has to do with our food supply, and that's a whole nother long discussion about that. We had a restaurant. We sold it in February, and it wasn't because our restaurant wasn't doing well. We had plenty of business. What it was about was our food supply. Our chain is broken. The chain's broken. It's very hard to get things. It's very expensive. A box of 40-pound box of chicken was $38 when I started 8 years ago, and it ended up being $108 by the time we left when we sold that business. So, and we didn't even have the, we didn't have the heart to sell it to somebody that, would continue in business because we knew the challenges with the employment crisis and all of that. And so we sold it to a hospital, and they're bulldozing it.
Wow. It's very
sad,
interesting.
but necessary.
But you got to cash out.
Yeah. Well,
Give me some of that money, girl.
what we put into it. So we took a land deal basically with a restaurant on it, but it's all good.
It's all good.
It was the right thing.
Tell me about your business you have now, because I think you're very in love with that business. I'm just saying.
Oh, which one? My childcare?
Yes.
Or yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that one's amazing too. I love it, and I've done that 32 years along with my teaching, and it's been great. We've been able to service families. We are doing a startup though. We're doing a business for businesses.
Oh.
And I want to make it a nonprofit, and I want to help businesses and not charge them. I mean, think about a startup business, how hard it is, right?
Yeah.
For people. I care about businesses. Especially care about small businesses.
Yes.
And so if I look at all of my years of business, because I've been in business forever as well, because you have to do something on the side when you're a teacher, because you don't make the money. Right. So long story short, I'm going to make sure that I help people in small business and provide where to go, the resources, and help them if they would like some of my knowledge base and see what will work. But yeah, I want to help businesses.
Yes.
Because that helps our economic.
Yes.
Where we are economically.
And the thing is, though, also, what I've been seeing, and just because I recent college graduated last year, and literally, thank you.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. And this is literally throughout the pandemic, so I was doing this online. Even though I'm very good at tech, so I was like, whatever, I'm used to it. But it was dreadful, though, but was able to pull it off. But when I was on campus, every time, I was a president of my economics club, and we tried to push out when there's club fairs. We try to push out like, hey, we don't talk about math. We talking about money. We talk about entrepreneurship.
Absolutely.
Like, join in there, and I get answers like, oh, I don't like capitalism, or oh, I don't want to do math. And even when I went to parties, people ask me, oh, what's your major? Oh, economics. Oh, that's a lot of math. Bye. It's like, what? But going off of it, what I've been feeling, this is straight from me just being out of college, is that there's not enough love and not enough, I would say, option to show even young people like me, like, hey, this is also an option. You don't have to the main career that you want. If it doesn't work out, there's always an option.
Absolutely.
Like, if you want to start a business, go right ahead. That's what I did. And clearly enough, there's a lot of people who are like, oh, I don't want to do all that work, or oh, I don't like capitalism. I don't want to spend this money, or I don't want. It's just distasteful. There's not enough, and it brings you into a realization that there's not enough respect for the small business owners. And then and if you say you want to start a business, people will quickly think, oh, you're gonna be like, maybe one day he might be like Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk. Maybe he's not gonna care about us common people. Oh, we're not gonna support him.
Right.
So, yeah.
It's a dog eat world. What does that say?
Dog eat
Thank
dog
you.
world. Yes.
Yeah, and it's sad. And what I think we need to return to, because I'm 56 years old and I was raised in an amazing time period. I call it because I feel like I'm that old. But anyway, is kindness, human kindness. Where is human kindness? Where is our support for each other? Why do women go against each other when we should just love each other? Why do men go against? I mean, it's just happening again. I'm not being sexist by just saying women go. I mean, but we have these big competitions between each other, and it's like, wait a minute. Can we lift each other up?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because when we return to that, we will solve all of our social issues.
Yes.
And that's what I'm all about. I mean, you know, in Henderson, really quick, I mean, one of the reasons that I'm endorsed by all of the police, Henderson police officers, supervisors, and NAPSO, which is the Nevada Police Officers Association.
You knew I was coming with that. What is that?
Nevada Public Safety Officers
I love it.
Association. And I love all of the officers that we have. And I know that there's a lot going on nationally with policing and things like that. And that's a sensitive issue for some. And I apologize if you've had a bad experience or, feel bad about police or angry at police. But let me just talk about our Henderson Police Department really quick. They're amazing. And it breaks my heart to see men and women that have put their whole life on the line, and they're 20 years in, 25 years in, even 6 years in, whatever amount, and they can't do it anymore, and they have to leave. And we lose that institutional knowledge on the police force, and then it's hard enough to get recruits in because I'm out recruiting, going to colleges and getting with criminal justice graduates and trying to get them over to Henderson, which is a great place to live. But what's hard and what stops them is just kind of the whole attitudes that we're seeing still in policing, and it's a mess. And then of course, our school system suffers and struggles at 49th in the nation, and so it's a hard push and a hard sell sometimes to get them here. But we are hemorrhaging officers, like I said, and so anybody out there that wants to come to Henderson, hey, I'm recruiting, give me a call. Literally, hey, we need you. I'm not kidding.
Carrie Cox,
we need you.
You want a police job? Carrie Cox, just saying.
Yeah, absolutely, and you'll love our police force. And but I'm gonna get in there. We have problems with retention. We have problems with retirement. We lost a third of our officers to retirement, and so long story short, and recruitment, we need to do the 3 R's, right? But yeah, we need officers here in Henderson, and so anybody who wants to come, that's my plug for that. But I think by building up our police force, we'll have a better job, or do a better job at being able to keep our crime rates lower. And our police are community. Why can't I say that? Community policing.
It's just how it happens.
So we need to work together as a team, right?
Yes.
Just wanted to say that.
Okay. So, I want to bring some light in here a little bit.
Let's do it.
Okay. So the thing about Henderson is, number one, all over the world, everybody know. If you don't know, I'm about to educate you. We are one of the largest, fastest growing cities in the nation. We have a ton of parks and recreation. People love to move to Henderson because of that, especially if you are retired. This is the place to be. Just saying. Okay, so I want to know, what are you going to do when you get in office to keep that growing, to keep that, that reputation up? Everybody, like across the nation, they love to hear that when they see the beautiful pictures, when they see all the golf courses. What are you going to do to keep that up?
Good question.
Yes.
Okay, so 80% of our growth has happened since the year 2000.
Yes.
And we're the second largest city in Nevada.
Yes.
And so the way to keep that growing is we have to address our water issue.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And the bottom line is, good news. We're going to have enough for our residents to have water.
For the next 2 years.
We're going to have we're going to have enough for our residents to have water, pretty much moving forward, right?
Yes.
So that's good news.
Whoop, whoop.
The bad news, and it's not so bad actually, but the news that we need to hear is that we've been amazing at conservation here in Henderson and throughout Nevada.
Yes.
So good job, Nevadans. We have to double down on that. We have to do even more. They are restricting the size of pools now. They're taking out all non-functional grass, things like that. The bottom line is John Ensminger from Southern Nevada Water Authority has been really clear about, as we do that and we can get that done, we're going to be fine.
Okay.
If not, there will be no more building permits. And so to answer your question, how are we going to keep that going? I'm going to continue to, to support strong conservation in Henderson and in Nevada and encourage that. So that's got to happen, and our local government's doing a good job on that so far. But there are areas like Lake Las Vegas, which is a beautiful area to live, that there's some issues there. Their lakes are threatened to not be there anymore. So I want to work closely to make sure that we help them.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that is a beautiful place. So if you're visiting Las Vegas, if you're visiting Henderson, because you really know it's still Henderson, even though it says Lake Las Vegas, they're just taking our hype, just saying. But
I wanted to ask, I've heard, and this is based on my side job that I've heard from my coworkers, that I don't know if this is true. You can quote me on it. Correct me if I'm wrong. I've heard that the state has been thinking of taking water from the Mississippi River, taking pipes and flow all the way to, here in Nevada. I don't know if that's true.
It is. It's something they've looked at for a long time. I actually met with several engineers, and one of the engineers talked about doing that. It's actually a great idea. It's expensive, but hey, we have flooding in one area of the country. We need water out here. Nice. Utah's struggling with water issues, Arizona, California. I mean, we do need to make that happen. I know that the desalinization plants out of California were voted down. They really needed those, so that's sad, but there's another project they're working on there. So yes, they're still looking at that as a consideration.
Because I looked into that, and I realized that Mississippi, as the river itself, one of our biggest rivers in the U.S., it tends to overflow. I don't know if that's true, but it tends to overflow.
Yes.
It has a constant river flow. So their idea was to put like pipes into the river so that it flows through several states into the states that needs the water the most.
Right.
Which is a smart idea because the water keeps coming, so it makes sense.
Yeah, I think it'd be great. I'm really honest, that's my first choice. But again, funding, so we're looking at that, right?
Okay.
Right. And another thing, to go on to looking around, as I've been here for 2 years and looking at the infrastructure of this place, and country's infrastructure is always an issue. But here, I see there's a lot of development with housing and a lot of development with housing in general. But I was looking at this and wanted to ask, are you going to address anything in terms of like development for future buildings in the future in the Henderson city?
Yes, and I am for growth. So sometimes I hear, oh, you're not for growth. No, absolutely, I am for growth. I support that. I'm for good planning with growth. And they've done a pretty good job. There's just some areas that we really have to look at. Apartments, we need them. We need help, but we also need the single family, households, and there needs to be some more single family built. And that's really a push for me, so that people aren't stuck in apartments for the rest of their lives. Why do we want to pigeonhole them there? They need opportunity. Yeah. I'm all about opportunity for people. And so when you don't have any home, we had so little on the market. Now it's better, but we had so little on the market that everybody was priced out of being able to buy their first home.
Yeah.
So we just priced out a whole group of people, and not us, but inflation and all that's happened.
Right.
And I want to make sure that progress continues, that building continues, and that we just work together. I'm about win-win.
Yes.
So can the residents win too? That's my question,
Yes.
and I just see with Henderson, they've done a great job in several areas, but in some ways Henderson residents have lost on some deals, and I want to make sure that we change that around, make everybody, and you can. Yes. It's doable.
Absolutely.
In business, win-win.
Absolutely.
That's what we strive for, right?
Yes.
Ivan, is a win-win?
Yes.
So that's what I want to do. Run the city like a business and make sure that we're taking care of everybody.
That's awesome.
Absolutely. And to also add on, Recently, I went to City Hall in Henderson to do an application to change my address to here, and the process was very slow, and it's made me very frustrated
I'm
because
laughing because I went through the same process.
because it made me
So forgive me.
it made me very frustrated because how's it that we're in 2022 now, almost in 2023, and we're still lagging behind? And it's not just because of the city. This is on state to state level, and we have all these new businesses coming out, like mostly tech related, and we have all these tech companies creating all these great gadgets and stuff. But why is it not being fast paced?
Right.
Place that into, and also place into our government body so that, hey, we get the processes moving faster. Another thing is that we have a lot of young people that are, well, now, and even my age and even a little bit above me and a little below me, that are able to
Ivan's
handle
23,
things.
by the way. Just saying.
They're able to
Wow.
handle things
Mm-hmm.
very tech savvy. So it's like there isn't a push, and now this goes into employment. Why isn't the pushing of the younger people to handle all the tech stuff? Because we're more now tech. So getting rid of all the old and ending up with the new,
Yeah, I
I
agree.
feel like this needs to be a push, and that falls into employment and all falls into
Yeah.
adding on new technologies based.
Yes, we need to do that. Our budget is actually we're in a deficit right now in Henderson, so we need to fix some things there. I'm 100% for making sure that we are diversifying in businesses and in our technology and making sure we have what we need. We actually have amazing employees, though, at the city of Henderson. And so although our technology could be improved, and I'm sure that they would agree with you, they're amazing. But our processes need to be fine-tuned. And I absolutely am going to look at all of that and see what we can do to help them do the best job that they can do, and just iron out any of those things that are frustrating to residents. And another thing, in speaking about businesses, I'm putting together this, we're doing an exploratory veteran business coalition, or, we're just starting to look at it just last week, where we can help veterans that are in business and work with them. And I think it'd be great to do something to help young people start up.
Yes.
And I hate saying young people because I used to think I was young and I'm not anymore. No, I have 7 children. My oldest is 37 and my youngest is 13, and I have 11 grandchildren.
Carrie, we're
So-
still young. Don't do us. Don't do us.
Yeah, but I would like those that want to start up businesses like you, Ivan. I'd like them to have additional help,
Absolutely.
and really respect that, number one, you're willing to even do that, to bite that off. And entrepreneurship is so important
Yes.
in our country. It will help. It's part of that small business that drives
Yes.
the economy. So does entrepreneurship.
Yes.
So I want to be there.
It's really
To help.
tough, Carrie. I'm not going to lie to you.
Mhm.
Like,
I know.
the millennials, like you were talking about your children, I mean, on our end, it's really tough because you simply go through the process online. I mean, I went through the process online. I was talking to you and Mr. Matt about the whole situation that was going on. Everything was processed, money was taken, and then I call. And I mean, we're talking about, guys, my license was up. Like, this is no crap. You couldn't even find me online. You look me up, look like I ain't have no license, Lord. So,
Oh, no.
you call seriously, and they were like, well, we don't see you in the system. What do you mean you don't see me in the system? You took my money. I have a receipt. They're like, well, come and see me downtown. Well, the challenge is right now, not just because we're coming out of the pandemic, but because this is just the way the U.S. has been for a while. You more than likely have to have a 9-to-5 to afford your business, because your credit score has to be so high
Amen.
to even get a business loan. And I mean, not trying to be funny, but not only just get a business loan, but God forbid you're a female, God forbid you're a minority, God forbid you're under 30 years old. You're really out the game. So you have to work and work and work and work. I just want to ask you a question, Ivan. Do you have another job?
Yeah, I have
Yeah,
two,
I'm sure.
actually.
I'm sure you do, honey. I'm sure
And
you
me
do.
too.
I'm sure you do. But I mean, just look at this. You know what I mean? Why can't we go all in in our businesses and make that work? Why can't that be what we want that to be? You know, and not only that, why can't we just submit the paperwork and it just go through and work? God, I mean, we don't have that type of time, you know, to go up there and see Joe Blow or Schmo Blow, you know what I'm saying? Say, hey, honey, did I put my paperwork in right? You know, I had to take a half a day off work. You know, I needed that $100, but forget it, baby. I don't mind. We don't have that type of time.
Right.
Let the technology really be what it's supposed to be. Go through and push through it, because we need every hour and every dime that we can get just to make it work.
I know.
You know, it's really tough.
It is, and being a businesswoman and being a teacher, I've lived it all my life.
Yes.
So I connect with that.
Yes.
And I don't have all of the answers, but I believe strongly that when you bring groups of people together to bring their ideas, to bring their experience,
Yes.
and then come up with solutions instead of
Yes.
just talking about it.
Yes.
We need solutions.
Yes.
Action.
Yes.
Then we win.
Yes.
And so if we all want to win,
Yes.
that's what I plan on doing.
So
bringing groups of people together.
When you get in, I'm going to be on your ankle.
Yes, please. I expect you to hold me accountable. I'm one of those weird people that want to be held accountable, because everything I'm saying is not just to say it. It's not lip service, and I think you can feel that. I'm going to do it. I think we need some new commissions at the city of Henderson, and that's what I'm going to be able to affect. You know, I can't I can't take care of Las Vegas and the DMV, but I can. But I can take care of Henderson and come up with ideas to bring experts together on different areas so that we can solve some of these problems that we're talking about, that we've been hitting our head against the wall for very long, right? A long time. So I'm in. Okay. I'm all in.
All in.
Yep.
Okay. So Ivan, we're you know what? I just want to ask you a question, because I know we talk about stuff, but I want the world to know on the podcast. What does your family dynamic look like? Just tell us a little bit about that for a minute.
Well, my family dynamic has always been great, in my opinion, because we just have had a lot of love and a lot of kids. So 7 kids, 11 grandkids. What that looks like is 5 of them are married and have been having children. Our 3 oldest grandchildren are 9. We still have, well, she's not, this is going to make me cry, so I'm just going to say it real quick. We have an 18-year-old on her way out the door to go to, college, and she wants to do biology and pre-med. She wants to be a surgeon. So, she's got a long road, but the fact that she wants to do something big and help others we're proud of her.
Yes.
And then we have a little girl. Well, she's not so little anymore. She's 13, and we adopted her from China.
Yes.
When she was 1. I mean, we're the real deal, right? I mean, we truly want to help people.
Yes.
But what ends up happening when you want to help and serve others is you're served.
Yes.
You're helped.
Yes.
Your heart changes.
Yes.
And people say all the time, oh my goodness, Mia's so lucky. She's from China. You rescued her. And I'm like, no, she rescued us, because she brought such love and joy.
Yep.
And is an amazing kid. I'd be really crying about Sydney leaving at 18 if I didn't have Mia, because I can put it off for another several years and not be a complete mess. But by then I'm going to be really tired, so it's going to be okay. 7 kids I've been raising kids a long time.
Yes, you have.
And 37 years, and then
Mia can't leave ever.
No, I know, and she will. She's going to go do something great, I'm sure.
Aww.
But yeah, she's a doll.
Matt's
but that's
got
our
his
dynamic.
hands full. Mr. Matt's got his hands full.
And Matt, he's a good one to talk about. He never gets any credit, but let me just tell you, I do have the most amazing husband. Yes. I really do.
He came on the set, by the way, and we begged for Carrie to come, and that's how we got her to come, just letting the public know. And he said, absolutely, I will bless this moment. I said, thank you so much.
No, I'm grateful to be here, but he's an amazing man, and I really couldn't do what I do without him. And the great thing is he really is. It's corny, but it's true. He's the wind beneath my wings. He's really there for me. And really, no, he is. I mean,
you are the wind beneath my wings. Yes, sing it.
Yeah, he is. He is. So I got to put a plug in for him. And he is a veteran. He served in the Air Force, and of course, I'm endorsed by all of the Veterans Associations.
Absolutely.
Or not all, excuse me. The 2. I'm the only candidate endorsed by veterans in law enforcement.
Great.
But in this race. But yeah, I love veterans. Thank you for your service. I do want to say that.
Absolutely.
It's important that we not forget them.
Right.
Because,
we cannot.
because we do that a lot in this country.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Unless we're in war.
And
unless
then
we're
we're
in
like, get out there and
Afghanistan.
fight. Yeah. There's nothing. And then, okay, when you get home, forget it. We're not going to take care of you. But
Terrible.
yeah, no, thank you for the service. There's so many that have sacrificed so much. And thank you to the families out there, the Blue Star Mothers, those organizations and the people that have done the ultimate sacrifice by their loss. We're so grateful. And that's why I feel it's so important that we not let our country slip away. Because
Yes.
it's going. Guys, we got to get on we got to stand up. Stand up.
Yes.
If I could tell anybody anything, really, stand up. That's why
Yes.
that's the bottom line why I'm running.
Yeah,
You've got to stand up.
And I 100%, well, 1,000% agree. It is high time for this country to now change more than ever, as it is and as it stands. Well, first, our culture.
Yes.
It's all over the place. It's
Yes.
not in unison. That's off. That's number one. Number two is crime. That's another big one.
Mm-hmm.
Number three is employment, because I personally have issues with, how America has a way of hiring people. But granted, businesses do it their own way, however they want to do it. That's up to them. But I don't like the notion where, and I remember I read something somewhere on LinkedIn, and it was saying how someone was posting. This person said, "Stop not hiring people. Stop giving college students with bachelor's degrees, MBAs, whatever, job offer like $40K a year, $50K a year."
I know.
And then after
Oh,
that,
they're just good at me.
and it's like, okay, yeah, right now a degree is useless at this point because even COVID even proved that. So that's another one. I think colleges need to stop getting money from government as a whole, because at this point there's no reason for them to get the money if they're not performing what they are performing to these students. And plus there's all these curriculums that are a waste of money, and they're literally telling the students, oh, you gotta take this is a requirement. Why is this a requirement?
Why is Ivan about to get me on a rant? He
Oh,
wants
no.
me to start ranting right now because, I will go off about the prerequisites in college. I mean, I just talked to the president of UNLV, and I mean, I was on a whole rant about the prerequisites and the curriculum. We don't want to go there. So, but what I do want you to do, Ivan, just tell us just a tad bit about your company. And then, I want to talk to the audience a little bit, and then we're going to close out.
No problem. So my company is called CutNet. It is a, mobile hair service. It's where people can request hair professionals anytime, anywhere, regardless of where they are. If they want to get their hair done in the office or at home, it is up to you. And if we do both men and women, and this is soon to be app-based. Right now it's web-based, but it's soon going to be app-based. We plan to soon expand this to more than just simply just hair-related stuff. We want to expand to more web-based and also sell products and stuff like that. Not necessarily primarily with hair, but we're more of a tech company.
Yes.
If anyone wants to get into technicalities, we're more of a tech company.
Yes.
Of course, one of our services is mobile hair service.
I love it. 23, y'all. I just can't even talk about what I was doing at 23. It definitely wasn't creating an app. I can tell you that. It was more like, turn up is real. No, I'm just...
Well, I was a hairdresser early on. I'm just going to let you know that.
Oh, hey.
Oh,
So I admire you in a big way.
thank you.
See, Carrie was doing all the right things. Well, me and my husband, we was like, yes. Oh, and then we were like, we should probably be doing the right things and create the professional podcast.
Hey, you're doing great.
I love it. So, Carrie, I want to thank you so much for coming and just taking out your time and spending with us doing the podcast. And I love the fact that people get to know a little bit more about you, just not seeing you on, the flyers and the posters passing by, but really getting to know who you are. I think that's amazing.
Well, thank you for the opportunity.
Yes.
It means a lot. Thank you.
Absolutely. And Ivan, of course, we'll be seeing more of you, Ivan. I know we will.
I know, he's cool. He's got the whole cool vibe.
That's right. He's got
Thank
the
you.
glasses, everything. So we're going to close this out by playing a little bit of Blackjack. Are you guys down?
Yeah,
I am. As long as you let me at the end tell people my information.
of course.
We
Which
can
one?
tell your information right now, Carrie. Let's go. Because when I beat you, I don't want to hear anything about
Right,
it.
I'll be crying. Please go to votecarriecox.com. You can find out more about me there. I'm going to give you my cell phone, my digits, 702-306-3302, and you will get me, unless I'm in the classroom. And please go to my Facebook. Go to...
Can they text you, Carrie?
they can.
I love
Text
it.
me as well. But go to my Facebook. It's Carrie Cox for Henderson City Council 2022. And I need a special favor from your audience, if I can ask real quick.
Absolutely.
I need all of you to do me a favor because I need to win this one. And I need you to go onto my Facebook, like everything, share everything. Let's make this go viral. Go see what I just did yesterday with helping a back to school event for underprivileged children. But anyway, go check it out and let's get it out there. Let's get this done. And I just want to thank Lisa and
Pause,
I love
Carrie.
her
Go
husband,
back just a little
Charles, and-
bit. I got to rewind this.
I'm sorry.
Tell us about yesterday again. I'm sorry, because I was like, wait a minute. You just caught my heart. You was like, back to school. Wait, skirt, back up. What?
Okay, I'll make it quick. I know we're at the end here. Okay, so with Faith, there's a nonprofit called Faith and Humanity, and then there's the Business Networking International group, and Michelle
Yes.
Bedwell, dear to my heart, does that, and her and I and Jessica Taylor, who's with Faith and Humanity, put together this event, and it was to service over in Charleston. Actually, it was in Las Vegas. People are like, why aren't you doing Henderson? I'm like, because I'm going to go wherever I need to go to help people. We'll do one in Henderson. I did one in Henderson too. But anyway, long story
You better
short,
do one in Henderson.
I did.
Okay.
I already did it. Long story short, we had all these wonderful people. We had 400 people that we serviced, and you're going to love this, Ivan. We had 6 hairdressers. One of them was my daughter, Lauren, come and give these kids haircuts.
Wow.
And when we were done giving the kids haircuts, talk about a mobile service, we were out there in the middle of the heat and everything else.
Wow.
But we gave parents, well, not we, but my daughter and all the hairdressers gave haircuts to parents as well. There was it's over. It went dead.
Oh, okay.
It went dead.
Yeah. Our headsets
Okay.
went dead. Okay. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Keep
Let me
going.
keep talking. So sorry. We had a mobile book service that came out. There was clothing for them. They had all their school supplies, backpacks
Nice.
was done. And so anyway, it was an amazing event. And my children, my 18 and my 13-year-old said, Mom, this is the best day ever.
Wow.
And I thought, well, I just did a good mom thing then, because I just taught them the real essence.
Yes, how to give back.
Of-
and
of
then
giving.
people loved it. Like
Yeah.
kids and moms and
Oh,
dads. They were just
We
loving
had
it.
kids were crying. They didn't even know, I mean, in good, happy tears, that they were just so grateful.
Wow.
And people were just thanking us. And I said, no, thank you for being here. We're so grateful to have these beautiful children and families that came and we were able to help.
Now, approximately how many people was again?
Almost 400, and Channel 8 and Channel 3 covered it, and I'm so grateful to them. I want to give a big shout out to them.
Wow.
And to Tim
course,
Tim
Channel
Bedwell,
8.
big shout out to him. He came and took photos, and he's amazing. And
Wow.
just anyway, thank you for letting me share it. It was literally, I
Absolutely.
think, the best thing I've ever done.
So y'all know I will be sharing this. So watch out. You know how I am. I'll be share. Yes, absolutely.
Please do. Yeah, go share. Please go share everything.
Yes. So vote Carrie Cox, everyone who would like to vote for her. This is my buddy. I love her so much. Very pure sweetheart. She doesn't have to lie about anything. This is just what she do. This is who she is. And not saying anything about opponents, but these people really fight for a reason. You know what I mean? For people to get out there and have the guts to do this. I mean, I ask her so many questions because I'm like, what would make you do this? You know what I mean? But it's
Love.
amazing. Yes, love and
Love.
passion. And something drives the passion to be able to run for office. So this is amazing. All right. So we are going to get to the game. And what we're going to do is, this is a game of blackjack. we're going to bet. Okay, so we have coins. Everyone that watches, you know the Raiders coin is the magical coin. So you can put in the Raiders coin, put in your chip, everybody. And then you can bet as much as you want to bet. I am all in.
Wow.
I'm all in. I'm all in. Oh, you all in?
I'm one of those save people. I like to save.
You're going to
I'm
save?
going to go all in.
What? We
gonna
made you
go
go
all
all
in.
in. Let's do this.
I'm all in.
Come on, Millennial. Let's make her do this. Let's go. Okay, so we're going to flip over one card. Ivan is the dealer, by the way. I'm just giving the rules.
Flip your card.
Ooh.
Ooh. Did
Lord.
we all have threes?
Yes, we all have threes. Oh, this is scary. This is really scary, guys.
I can
So
look
she
at
has
this,
a
right?
3 of diamond. I have a 3 spade, and he has a 3 of hearts. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're gonna look at it. You cannot turn it over, but you can look at it, and you're gonna do hit or stay.
All right.
Hit. This is the coolest table ever. Oh, I just went over. No, I didn't. Hold on.
You're not supposed to tell us, Carrie.
I am the worst. I cannot do I cannot do blackjack. Anyway, I'm gonna stay. Now.
Okay.
I'm
okay.
gonna stay.
I'm definitely
good.
gonna hit.
Hit. You got it.
Okay, so. I'm doing the math, y'all.
I know I'm a kindergarten teacher and couldn't. So that's why I was like, "What is?"
I'm gonna stay.
Say. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to hit.
Do we all have the same?
Yeah, I know, right?
Did you rig this? Did
I did
Charles?
not.
Did Charles?
I'll stay.
Did Charles and Devin rig? Did you, Darren?
So
Did
stay,
you?
Stay. I'll stay. All right.
All right,
Review your cards.
we're gonna fill it.
Okay.
I have 17.
I have 19.
Ooh.
She won.
Ooh. Okay, so obviously we're going to have Carrie coming back to the show because we want to hear about your new business. I mean,
Okay.
seriously, because that business helping businesses, I need that. People after
I'm
the
here for you.
pandemic, they need that type of financing. I am so sick of hearing, I need funding. I need funding. We need some funding around here. So if you know where that's at, you let us all know.
Yes.
Seriously.
Yep.
Okay,
we will.
so
I'll help you.
thank you, Carrie. High five
Thank you.
again. Thank you so much, Ivan. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and don't forget to put all the comments that you want, good, bad, or indifferent. But hit that subscribe button, and we will be back.
All of my entrepreneurs, business owners, it's time that we give you the insights you need. The Professionals Podcast. DJ Silver, Lady L, got it poppin'. Keep it hype with the topics. Out of Henderson, Nevada, level up. If you run a business or got aspirations, this the show that you need. Ain't no need for hesitation, dear. All of my entrepreneurs, business owners, it's time that we give you the insight you need. The Professionals Podcast.